Good evening and welcome to live coverage of the A Juniors Bundesliga. It is the semi-final. It's the first leg and we're in Brackel in Dortmund for Borussia Dortmund Under-19s against Hertha Berlin Under-19s. So a big matchup between two big sides and big rivals as well. Both of these will be battling to reach the final and face either Hoffenheim or Borussia Mönchengladbach. So, there was a big win yesterday evening. Gladbach 6-2, but this, for Hoffenheim, 6-2, but this will surely not be as one-sided. Can BVB go one step further as losing finalists last season? Well, this is a repeat of last season's semi-final, as Borussia Dortmund triumphed 4-1 on aggregate. They won 4-0 away and lost 1-0 to Hertha Berlin here. And it's the third time in a row that these two have met in the finals of the A Juniors Bundesliga. The second leg will be on Monday morning and the big final on the 2nd of June. And the winners of this match will have home advantage in the final. So the captains coming together then for the pre-match ritual. It's Vetjen of Borussia Dortmund and Michael Brink of Hertha Berlin. As Borussia Dortmund are the winners of the Bundesliga vest. They also won the Under-17 championship last week, so this would crown a wonderful season and would just cap off the great work at youth level at the club. And they're hoping to become the first club to win both age groups in the same season. As I mentioned, they were losing finalists last season. It's their 7th time as semi-finalists. They've won the title 4 times in 2016, 2017, 2019 and 2022. As in 2022, they beat Hertha Berlin by 2-1 in the final. Last season, they lost to Mainz by 4-2 after extra time. As for Hertha Berlin, well, they are the winners of the North-Northeast Bundesliga. That is for the 3rd season in a row. They won the league by only 3 points. They lost only 3 times, though. Wolfsburg were right on their heels all the way through the season. And they'll be hoping for better than this time last year, as it is Hertha Berlin who get us underway in their home shirts. Both teams wearing their home tops today. The blue and white stripes for Hertha Berlin, the black and yellow of Borussia Dortmund. And we are hoping for a very high-quality match today against big rivals, even though they don't play each other in their Bundesliga sections. These two know each other very well. And, of course, coming through as well, the Under-17s at the same time, too. So a lot riding on this one. As Borussia Dortmund coming forward for the first time here. Good charging down there from Onofrietti. But Tim Goller, the goalkeeper for Hertha Berlin, with a huge clearance there upfield. He is one of 6 players involved at this age group for Hertha Berlin who have broken into the first team squad. The likes of Ibrahim Madza and Benza Dardai also featuring pretty often in the matchday squads in Bundesliga 2 for the capital side. For Borussia Dortmund, Benkara and Diallo are in the squad today. They also won the Under-17 championship last week. It would be magnificent for them to pick up 2 championships at different age groups. As Dortmund will be looking to the likes of their top scorer, Paris Brunner. He's got 20 goals in the season. Vetjen in double figures as well on 10, the midfielder. He's broken into the first team squad. Quite a lot coming towards the end of the season with the fixtures piling up for the UEFA Champions League finalists in the seniors. As we can see, the stands pretty packed here at Brackel for this one. There's a ball played back here for Robin Lizevski. Out now for Meiser. Towards the right-hand side for Koznets. as it looks as though we're going to have a really intense match today. From the off, Peter Elliott Matibo. Yeah, out towards Strasner. He's a player with big hopes as well. He's been on the fringes of the first team at points this season. As Bensa Dardai, as I mentioned, he, of course, the son of Pal Dardai, the head coach of the senior team. Oliver Rice, really excited about working with the likes of him at this age level. Rolke is their top scorer on 14 goals. They were rather more efficient, more than spectacular throughout the season. Wolfsburg in their section, far more goal scoring. But they racked up the points and beat Wolfsburg as well to the title. So play coming down the right-hand side for Hertha Berlin. We've had no real chances as yet with 3 minutes gone. The ball just played too far ahead there of Ben Sadadai. The defender just able to shepherd the ball out there, Posadas. As we see Lizevski not really in any hurry early in this first leg to take the goal kick. Of course, there's a long way ahead of these lads. As Jadon Korzniec again picks up possession, and it's just being passed around at the back here. As Lubach pushes up into midfield, the number 8. Well, it's going to be a patient first leg by the looks of it. Remember, last year away from home, Borussia Dortmund in the first leg blew away Hertha Berlin by 4-0. A massive performance there, but lost here by 1-0 in the second leg. As Hertha Berlin finally break forwards here. The ball is played across. It will evade everyone, though. Will it go out on that far side? It's just stopped there by the Hertha player, but that gave the advantage to Borussia Dortmund. The black and yellows picking up the ball. And then finally, the foul coming in there from Mendes. Well, coming up to 5 minutes played, 0-0. But nice and competitive early on. As this is slick play here from Borussia Dortmund. The through ball, though, just will be too far ahead of Vincenzo Onofrietti. Was just caught on his heels. I don't think he was quite expecting that pass. Tim Goller just getting rid of the ball. Early doors. As we see Edin Terzic there on the sidelines. The senior men's head coach of Borussia Dortmund has led his team to the Champions League final. Very interested, I think, in the likes of Brunner and Vetien. Of course, Borussia Dortmund have a great record of bringing through youth players off the production line. As there's an offside flag raised there, I think, against Brunner, the main target man. Big and strong, powerful. He's got pace and keeps a calm head as well when finishing. He's been in and around the first team squad this season. Well, you would expect him to perhaps make the breakthrough next year, alongside the likes of Mukoku. He's got plenty of players to learn his trade from in the senior squad. As you can hear, the coach there for Hertha Berlin, Oliver Rice, just screaming at his players to pop the ball about, going down that left-hand side. The ball in the end ending up out of play. Strasner just starting to link up here with Matza. The throw in, though, here for Korzniec. As that's a bit of a weak back pass there. Lizewski called into action. Just getting there ahead of Rolke. And the ball out of play again there. A little bit of a heavy touch from Brunner. Elias Strasner with the throw, the flick on towards Lum there, and Lum is brought down. That will be a free kick the way of Hertha Berlin. Well, so far, Shaheen Dundai, the referee, has been a pretty busy man. A lot of tackles coming in at the moment. But the game just starting to settle down now. Pascal Clemens passing the ball out from the back for Hertha Berlin. As there's a misplaced pass there. Intercepted by Vetien. A long driven ball upfield. It might go all the way through. Brunner tried to turn and run onto it, but it's Goller who gets there first. On the pass out towards Strasner. Happy just to find Mendes. Now Matibel. As Hertha Berlin happy to stroke the ball around at the back. For them, I think, to survive the away leg, which is first, is of utmost importance. And there's the tackle coming in there from Michelbrink, the referee giving it as a foul. Not so sure about that one. It looks pretty clean. As Dortmund get on with it quickly with a raking pass here. Perhaps the first chance of a shot in the match here. As Brunner pops the ball out towards the left. It's driven back in. It's Messi defending. And it's got to be the opener. It is. It's scrambled over the line. 1-0 Borussia Dortmund. The 10th minute. And it's Campbell who's done it. Well, it was a right mix-up there at the back for Hertha Berlin. As, look at that, the players go across to congratulate Paris Brunner for his good work off the ball. As we see the shot coming in, I think it's come off the post rather than Goller's save. And just getting there ahead of the defender was Campbell. It was Matibel who was not quite as sharp as the attacker. Edin Terzic really appreciating that one. Will have enjoyed seeing the shot as well from Brunner. And he used his intelligence as well in the build-up to pop the ball back out towards the left. As there we see William Cole Campbell with the opener in this semi-final, in this first leg. First blood to Borussia Dortmund. Well, that could well open things up here for us. I don't think that Hertha Berlin are really the kind of team just to sit back and say, okay, 1-0 will do as a defeat in the first leg and we'll take them back to the capital and deal with them there. I think they'll want to go back with a decent result in their pockets. They're not used to losing, of course, in the north-northeast section. As there's a ball hoisted forward. And cleared there by Kabar. Now on Afrietti. Well, he wanted to get on with the throw-in quickly there. In the end, just had to delay. And get it back there for Meiser. Well, in the end, it was a scrambled finish, but it was an excellent goal in its own right, really, from Borussia Dortmund. The work from Brunner, the shot coming in after the cross was driven back towards him. It's poor defending, though, from Hertha Berlin. They just weren't switched on enough, and it was the first real attack that we've seen, to be honest, in the game. The free kick was a beauty, actually, driven out towards Brunner's run. There's the ball just going over the line there. Korzniet's unable to keep it in. As Benzadadai here tries a trick there. In fact, it was Madsa, sorry. Across on this left-hand side. There he is again in focus, Ibrahim Madsa. And then giving away the free kick as the throw-in comes towards him. And you can see the camaraderie between the Borussia Dortmund players there, congratulating each other whenever they get a decision going their way. Onofrieti and Korzniet's there, doubling up on Madsa. They know how dangerous he can be, having played against them last season. As there's another long ball sprayed forward there. This time Gola a little more alert to the danger. As the ball is given away disappointingly. It looked as though Hertha Berlin were going to swiftly counter-attack there, giving the ball away. Well, we're into the 15th minute. Borussia Dortmund leading 1-0. I don't think that they will think that's enough. They will want at least a 2-goal cushion coming into the second leg on Monday. Still a long way in the tie to go. There's Posadas here. It's a nice ball forward. Decent enough touch there. Out on that left-hand side. Throw-in won by Borussia Dortmund. Now Vetien. Well, very vocal from both coaches on the sidelines. Mike Tulberg of Dortmund and Oliver Rice of Hertha Berlin. And it looks as though the Dortmund youngsters just using their game management at the moment here. They've got the early lead, just playing keep ball for the moment. They know they don't need to go flying forward. And they want to keep it away from this man, Ibrahim Madsa. As it's played infield by him towards Clements. And perhaps a chance here to get the ball into the box. Don't remember Hertha Berlin really playing the ball in as yet. It's been neat and tidy from them, but not real any threat as yet, and just allowing Raphael Lubach there to come away with the ball. Rice there on the sidelines will be disappointed to concede that early goal. Came in the 10th minute for Campbell. Benzadadai there just trying to direct operations as this free kick is taken by Hertha Berlin. Strasner seeing a lot of the ball as he goes dribbling forward. Finds Madsen just a little bit of space, which is soon closed down. That's excellent defending. Well, Madsen will just be waiting for his opportunity in those kind of spaces. At least he's won the first corner of the game. So it's Mendes who goes across here to receive the short corner. It's a clever one as well. They might get a shot away here. Indeed they do. It's charged down now from Sherwood. Next opportunity for Mendes to get the ball into the box. It's headed away. And the clearance completed by Kravsum. There's some Ukrainian player. It's joined up with Borussia Dortmund. That's Pascal Clemens. Bit of a risky ball there, though. It paid off as he found Dardai. Here he is again. Well, quite a fluid formation here at the moment from Hertha Berlin. The players swapping around. As we can see there, Mendes just jogging back over towards the right-hand side again. But the ball lost slackly again by Hertha Berlin. Not really hurting Dortmund at the moment. It's too comfortable for the home side in this first leg. And despite a lot of possession for the away team, yet to create a gilt-edged chance. They might get one now, though, as Madsa breaks into the box. And the curler comes in. It's an excellent attempt there from Michel Brink. Just trying to curl one first time there, the captain. And, well, it certainly had Lizevski worried, as the ball just popped out here for Michel Brink. Why not have a go? So these two playing then to reach the final against either Hoffenheim or Gladbach. You'd have to say probably Hoffenheim after last night's first leg results, 6-2. And at this age level, you never know. It's very unpredictable as Brunner looks to break through. And he thought he was in there, but the flag is raised against him. Oliver Reiser just applauding his side's defending to step up and play the big man offside. Playing a risky high line there against him. They did get its dividends, though. Bit of frustration there shown by Paris Brunner. So, incidentally, the weather here in Dortmund, not the greatest. A couple of severe weather warnings. Let's hope that we can play the full 90 minutes here. As the ball is sprayed out towards the left-hand side again, it's a brilliant through ball. Chance here for 2-0, and the shot is flashed wide there. Campbell looking for his second of the game already. Well, it's a wonderful through ball. I think it's Vetien. It's perfectly weighted. And the shot, it's just inches wide. You can see that Goller just about getting his angles right. But he was exposed again there. And he will not be happy with his team's defending. Dortmund have really come forward twice with real menace, and they've got in twice as well. The first time resulting in the goal, the second in that shot just flashed wide from Campbell. As we see there a heavy collision there for Onofrieti into the advertising hoarding. He's okay to continue, though. Challenge coming in the corner there. And Hertha Berlin just hacking the ball clear as we come up towards the midway point in the first half. And there's space out on the left-hand side again here for Borussia Dortmund. Well, at the moment, Borussia Dortmund looking so dangerous. Living up to their tags as favourites to take the championship at the moment. As they've got away down the left-hand side once more. The ball is rolled across. And Goller just getting there ahead of Brunner. It looked as though it was going to be a tap in for the number 9. Tim Goller doing excellently there, though. Well, they've got to sort out their defending here, Hertha Berlin. Out on that right-hand side, they're far too open. Oliver Rice will surely have noticed that and will have to address it smartish as Dortmund just keep going down that left-hand side time and time again. And Hertha Berlin here just trying to take the sting out of the game after those two chances in quick succession for the home team. As there's a quick turn in the centre and a lovely ball here. And the tackle in the end, well, it came in a little bit early. As the shot in, it's in here, and that's a wonderful stop from Lizevski. A superb effort coming in. Once again, it was Michelbrink who was arriving at the edge of the box there. The side foot strike is a beauty. And Lizevski had to turn it over the top. It ends up on the roof of the net. It's the second corner then for Hertha Berlin. Well, that far better from the away team. Michelbrink with another short corner. An interesting variation there. In the end, Mendes just feeding it straight into the arms of Lizevski. Well, Michelbrink at the moment, the main threat for Hertha Berlin. You'd have thought it would be Madza really or Rolka, but we've not seen too much of Rolka at all, the number 9. And that's how these strikers are. They don't get too involved and then suddenly they pop up with a goal. Let's see if Rolka can do that. As the ball is given away by Hertha Berlin again, and here come Borussia Dortmund. Brunner, it is who won the ball, just twisting and turning out on that left-hand side, and I think he'll be disappointed there he didn't create a chance for his team. Perhaps just looking to hold on to the ball for too long there. Hertha Berlin, on the other hand, will be happy that they managed to sort out their defending on that right-hand side and weren't punished again. As we see here, Strasner looking for Madza every single time, but that's good working back there from Campbell, the goal scorer. And the ball out towards Brunner. It's a brilliant takedown by him. And the defender having to tug him down there, giving away the free kick. Well, great pace being shown here in this match from both sides. It's been Borussia Dortmund perhaps who've been the most impressive. Hertha Berlin though with two decent efforts from Michelbrink. Dortmund far more dangerous. Here they come again. Looking for the far post cross. You could hear the shout from the sidelines, and it's a good take there from Gola. And he bowls the ball out. It's been given away. And then an interesting clearance there from Dortmund, straight out of play. Well, already we can see there Mike Tolberg anxiously looking at his watch. 27th minute. Still a bit to go yet in this first half. Now Matibel, nothing he could do about the goal from Campbell. Campbell just reacting quicker to scramble home the opening goal. As the ball is well won back again there from the black and yellows. And played back to Lizevski. Meiser. An intelligent play here from Borussia Dortmund. Now just to release Kurtz over the halfway line. going more centrally now and playing it back out towards that left-hand channel. What are they going to do here? As the player stumbles, there was a good tackle coming in. Hertha Berlin just starting to get a grip of that right-hand side now, as there's a lovely ball right into the corner here for Madsen. These are the positions he likes to pick up the ball. Dribbles into the box. And it's an unusual pass across, driven behind everyone. Hand up in apology from Ibrahim Madza. And Kaba sends the throw up towards Brunner here on the halfway line. Couldn't quite turn away from his man there. Good defending. I think it was Sherwood who was right at his back there. As the ball is dribbled forward. And well held. Can they get a strike away? No, the 50-50 challenge coming in there. Mendes winning it, but giving it away straight away. And that's a little bit scrappy from both teams there. However, it just goes to show the nerves that are there in this semi-final first leg. The ball safely back there by Michel Brink to Goller. As we're about to hit the 30-minute mark. Oh, Dortmund 1-0 up and deserving of that lead despite the two decent attempts from Michel Brink. Dortmund have been on the attack more often and the ball is given away here, inviting them forward again. Decent tackle there coming in though on Onofrieti. Just staying down for now. Slowly getting back to his feet. Michel Brink. Just trying to drive his team forward from midfield, the captain. Showing them the way forward. As the ball is clipped over the top there. Nowhere near Oliver Rolka though. And easy in the end for Robin Lizevski. Edin Terzic in deep discussion again. You can see with Nuri Sahin as well, his assistant. Senior level at the club. As again Onofrieti there colliding with the advertising hoardings. As I mentioned earlier, there were severe weather warnings, but no real sign of anything too untoward so far in the game. As Lubach there just running out of space on the left-hand side. Perhaps we'll think he didn't get enough support from his teammates there. Michel Brink. Oh, unable to find Mendes there. Easily picked up by Kortsniets. As the ball there towards the left-hand channel again. Just a little bit too much on it. As they were looking for Krivsson on the run forward. At the moment, it's Krivsson who is playing furthest forward alongside Paris Brunner. Perhaps Mike Tulberg seeing something there that Brunner might need a little bit more extra help. As the clearance there is almost vertical. It's allowed to bounce as well by Borussia Dortmund. Not the greatest defending. Looks as though they've got away with it though here. Mats unable to bring the ball down. As Onofrietti there. It was a heavy collision with Strasner. Don't think the referee is going to have to whip out the yellow card here though. Just going to give Vincenzo Onofrietti a talking to. Just to calm down. Decent refereeing there, really. No need for a yellow. Just catching him with his hip more than anything. There's no high foot in there or anything. But it is a dangerous free kick here. Ben Sadadai standing over it. Could whip this one in. And just the 1-goal lead for Borussia Dortmund at the moment. Can Hertha Berlin construct perhaps an equaliser? It's a high ball in and, well, just getting underneath it there. Eventually at the far post, well over the bar from Pascal Clements. Well, there was no way that he could get up above the ball there. Delivered in just a little bit high. As we have just over 10 minutes remaining in this first half. The 35 minutes have absolutely flown by, I've got to say. It's been a really open game, very entertaining, highly competitive. But played out in an excellent atmosphere as well. Let's just hope that the weather plays the game and allows us to finish today. As there's the flick in midfield and the ball out towards the right-hand side for Hertha Berlin. Again, easily defended by Kabat. Well, he looks like the coolest man on the field, to be honest. Kabat in that situation. That's good alert defending again there from Posadas. Just hammering it clear. Sometimes there's no need to play out from the back. Hertha Berlin showing what they can do here, stroking the ball around, trying to stretch the Borussia Dortmund defence. As Matze picks it up on the right-hand side this time. Can he get another corner? Well, he has done. Out on that far side this time. You can see that the Dortmund defenders on either side, they are worried about him doubling up. Well, more defending here for the Schwarz-Gelben Borussia Dortmund to do. An out-swinging corner, played in directly this time. Cleared towards the edge of the box and then hammered in. On the bounce there from Ben Sadadai. Couldn't quite get his knee over the ball to keep it down as it soared over the bar on the volley. The Hertha Berlin, they will take heart from the fact that they have had a couple of strikes from the edge of the box at least. They've not really managed to get anything for their main predator, Oliver Rolke, as yet. As the ball given away again. Krivsun looking forward immediately for Brunner. Just couldn't quite get his way past the last defender. Low ball in. And that's excellent defending. They're so calm at the back, Borussia Dortmund, especially here at Brakel. There's just been no way through at all for Hertha Berlin. Just those shots from outside the penalty area. That's it, really. Dortmund will be happy that they've limited their opponents to that, as we see a sliding challenge coming in from Meiser. And the free kick awarded by the referee. It looks as though it's Boris Lum who will take it from here with 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Surely it's too far out to take a strike on from here. And Strasner instead takes over. It's a difficult angle as well to clip this one in. Tries to go for it, and in the end, it is a diving stop there from Lizevski, but it was pretty routine. I think it may even have come off one of his own players last. Yeah, I think it is that, as they were just retreating. I think it may have been Lubach. That's a fine challenge in the centre. Krivsun just trying to thread this one through. Chopping the ball inside. And the turn here from Brunner. Brilliant play from the number 9. Just rolling the defender and trying to curl it towards that far stick, but Goller was equal to it. Well, you can see he has the quality. Lovely first touch. And then sets himself. And they can look for him every time. He's so sharp in the box. He gets that shot away. And it might be a good height, though, for Tim Goller, as he dived down to his left. And this is the corner now for Borussia Dortmund. 5 minutes to go in this first half. They'll be looking for the likes of Brunner, of course, as it's a high one towards the far stick, and well taken by Goller. Immediately, his side go on the quick break. Well, the ball is smashed in by Mendes there. That's very ambitious from all of 30 yards from an angle on the right-hand side. Now the cross coming in. It's plucked out the sky, but Onofriete will come away with the ball. He's brought down off the ball, and the referee calling a halt to play. Looks as though it's a head injury. I think he's okay to just get straight back on with it. The Dortmund winger. Again, as the camera pans to Mike Tulberg, he's looking at his watch once more. Only 4 minutes to go now. He'll be very happy with his boys. Steady at the back and creating problems at the other end. Perhaps he thinks they should be 2 up, though, given the quality of the chances they've had. They have forced Tim Goller into a couple of saves. Whereas up the other end, Lizevski hasn't really had a lot to do, turning away a shot from Lukas Michelbrink. As we see, good closing down there from Brunner on the defender. The defender just turning away from him. I think it was Matibel. That's good chest control there from Elias Strasner. Under no real pressure there. Hertha playing the ball out there for the throw in for Kurznets. There's Vietien there, across to the left-hand side. Kabar coming forward just over the halfway line. Looking for the option forward and getting just too much on it. That Krivsum had started to make a run into the channel. Tolbo constantly booming instructions to the likes of Brunner of when to press and when just to hold off. As at the moment, Hertha Berlin not being allowed really out of their own half. Sherwood finally does cross the halfway line. The hold-up play from Rulka. He's having to drop all the way back to the centre circle to find a ball, although he makes the run towards the penalty area. Now the ball in doesn't reach him. As we tick into the final minute of the first half, there will surely be only 2 minutes or so of time added on. Not been too many stoppages. As Onofrieti, it's a low shot there towards the near post. Through the legs of the defender, could have been tricky there for Goller. He made it look pretty easy though. As Borussia Dortmund now will just be looking to keep this tight coming up towards half-time. Going at the break, 1 goal to the good. And Spencer Dardai just popping the ball here. Now out towards the left for Strasner. Nice turn from Madser. Danger from him, getting to the byline. And turned away at the near post there by Lizevski. There's a lovely sliding tackle comes in there just outside the box from Kurznets. A couple of late chances here for Hertha Berlin as the referee's just struck by the ball. That will mean a drop ball restart for Borussia Dortmund. As here is that late effort here from Madser, deciding to go for it himself. Why not? So late in the first half in stoppage time. Only 1 minute added on. We're already halfway through that. Here's the low effort as well at the other end from Onofrieti. As it looks as though we'll go in here with Dortmund 1 goal to the good. The 10th minute with William Cole Campbell scoring. Tapping the ball over the line, just reacting quicker than the defenders after Paris Brunner had struck the post with a low effort, beating Tim Goller. And that the only goal of the game so far in this first leg of the semi-final. I think that the Dortmund Under-19s will be pretty satisfied with that. Plenty of work, though, for Hertha Berlin to do, although, of course, there is so much time to go in this two-legged tie. Join us in about 15 minutes or so for the second half. Welcome back to the second half of this A Juniors Bundesliga semi-final first leg in Brackel in Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund Under-19s against Hertha Berlin Under-19s, as the half-time scoreline in this first leg is 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund, with Campbell scoring on 10 minutes, scrambling the ball over the line after Paris Brunner had hit the post. Well, it hasn't been one-way traffic, but Borussia Dortmund have been on top in this home first leg for them. Looking to reach the final once again at this level. They have had plenty of chances, particularly down the left-hand side looking for Paris Brunner, but Tim Goller's had a couple of saves, a couple of shots off target as well from Dortmund. For Hertha Berlin, their main threats coming from their captain, Lukas Michelbrink. A couple of shots from him from just outside the box. One testing the keeper, Robin Lizevski. Well, it looks as though we're just about ready to get going for the second half. It's going to be a double change by the looks of it for Borussia Dortmund, with Charles Herrmann coming on as well as Elias Benkara. Benkara, one of the players coming up from the under-17s, who won the championship at that age level last week. And Hertha Berlin as well, as you might expect after that first half performance, also are going to make a change as well. As it's Jelani Ndi who is coming on. Well, we'll just have to confirm who those players have come on for as time goes on, as the second half gets underway with the black and yellows, Borussia Dortmund in possession. Well, can they increase their lead in this second half, or can Hertha Berlin get at least a leveller coming into the second leg on Monday in Berlin? As we see that Ndi has come on for Matibel. He was a player beaten to the ball by Campbell for the goal for Borussia Dortmund. Hertha Berlin with some slack defending in the build-up to the only goal of the game so far. As there's an early chance here for Borussia Dortmund to come forward. Brunner just trying to link up the attack, and out on this right wing now. Low ball across, and an early chance for Krivson. And on the follow-up there was Campbell, and it's just been squeezed away in the end by the defender. Well, big early chance there for BVB to make it 2-0. Krivson with the snapshot, it was blocked, and then the same defender coming across. It's brilliant defending in the end to get it out for the corner, denying Campbell. Well, once again, the focal point of the attack there was Paris Brunner. As the corner comes in, it's lifted. It's a very high one, and no real chance there for Kabar to nod that ball back across. And straight away, Hertha Berlin head out on the attack. This is the sub Ndi, as they've gone for a more attack-focused formation here in this second half by the looks of it, Hertha Berlin. Oliver Rice just reacting to falling behind in the first leg. Obviously not satisfied with a narrow loss, despite the second leg coming up on Monday. Here he is again, Ndi. And that's an excellent challenge coming in on him by Kabar. Oh, constant chance in the stands of BVB supporting Borussia Dortmund. Ben Sadadai hoping to pull the strings in this second half, get on the ball perhaps a little more often. That's Madsa. A short pass there from Michel Brink. That's Madsa just jogging across towards the left-hand side. Oh, well, that's a poor ball out towards the right-hand side there. No real idea what they had in mind there. I think it was Pascal Clements who fired the ball out. And really just awarding the ball to Borussia Dortmund there. Well, Dortmund almost making it 2-0 in the opening minute of this second half. And Hertha Berlin shaken, you'd have to say, as that's a lovely ball by Krivson out towards the right-hand side. Just kept in by Kortsniets. The defender nicking it off his toes there as he looked to play the ball towards the box. And now the counter-attack on here for Hertha Berlin. But that's well snuffed out in the end by the Dortmund defence. Now Kaba. And the ball given away there by Lubach. And then one back again, making up for his own mistake there with the tracking back and just intercepting. And then he wins the free kick as well as he's tugged back. Oh, that's a fine turn away from his man there by Kaba. And sprinting forward is Campbell, just unable to gather the ball in. At the moment, it's a little bit harried in this opening 5 minutes from Hertha Berlin. As the ball is out towards the left-hand side for them. Ball just nudged into the path here of Sherwood. And the foul there coming in the centre of the park. It's a free kick the way of Hertha Berlin. I think that Michael Brink there perhaps just asking for a yellow card to be produced, and indeed the referee dishing it out here, the first yellow of this semi-final. And it goes to Danilo Krevsson of Borussia Dortmund. Well, of course, this is the first leg of the semi-final. Can Hertha Berlin get back into it here in this first leg? As you see the ball pumped into the box by Strasner. And a chance there for Hertha Berlin. But I think that the referee saw some pushing and shoving going on in there. Wouldn't have counted anyway. As it just comes off, I think it's Matsu got his head on it, maybe just a hand in the back of the defender. Either way, Luzevski got it over the bar. The free kick awarded by the referee anyway. As Kabak came forward there. The ball just lost, though, by Brunner. Well, Hertha Berlin know all about the danger of Brunner. But so far they haven't really managed to keep him under wraps. He has been dangerous. Hit the post in the lead up to the only goal of the game for Campbell. That's a nice ball played up there by Lum. And now perhaps the chance here for Hertha Berlin, but it's just knocked away from the edge of the box by Borussia Dortmund. They tried to play the ball perhaps forward a little bit too quickly there for Paris Brunner. He had two men on him. Now Dardai was there on the overlap. He's ignored for now. The ball is played forward. And in the end, the free kick going the way of Borussia Dortmund again. Strasner it was who was trying to come forward, just shoving over Tyler Meiser. It was a promising attack as well. In fact, sorry, it was Oliver Rilke. Need more from him in this second half, that's for sure. Fairly anonymous in the first period. As Goller turns away there from Brunner. Now Lubach. Well, it's so competitive out there at the moment that the ball is being given away by both sides very often indeed. Here's Dardai. Short ball. And the run forward. It was Mazza who tried his luck from just outside the box after that burst of acceleration. And I think he's frustrated with himself that he didn't test the keeper there. You can see he wasn't really in control of the shot. Lashing it high and wide in the end with 10 minutes gone in the second half. Well, just a warning sign to Borussia Dortmund there that they're not going to have it all their own way here at home at the Borussia Dortmund training ground in Brackel. Well, they're saying handball there from Kabar. You could hear on the sidelines from Tulberg the question come in like, what? But he did seem to have an arm up as the clearance was made down the right-hand side by Hertha Berlin. Sharp eyes from the referee, Shahin Dundar. And the short ball, and it's a lovely wicked cross coming in towards Rolke. He couldn't make much of it there. Undi was involved in the build-up. The half-time substitute. Now Michael Brink. And a high ball out towards the right-hand side. They're never going to be able to bring that down, though. Little bit of frustration being shown there by Hertha Berlin. Ben Sadadai not happy with the delivery of the ball towards him. As this time is Vetjen who gives the ball away too simply for the home side. Dardai again, he's been on the ball much more often in this second half so far than we previously saw in the first. Michael Brink out towards the left-hand side. Clements, and as they tried to play the ball through the lines there from the back, it's given away, but Dortmund, it's a loose clearance, inviting the pressure onto themselves here at the moment. Can they deliver a quality ball across? They almost do there, Hertha Berlin. A big let-off there by Borussia Dortmund, and then Campbell easily winning the free kick there to relieve a little bit of pressure. There's Dada, you can see two hands in the back there of the goal scorer. And this is wonderful play being shown. Strasner played it across, just couldn't quite pick out a Hertha Berlin body in the middle. Strasner again. Has been very effective coming forward from that left-back role. And the player goes down in the centre. And, well, I think some hearts in mouths there as the referee pointed, but only for a goal kick the way of Borussia Dortmund. I think a little smile there as he realised probably half the ground was thinking that would have been a penalty. No chance though, as Madser went down. Under pressure from Lubak. It was pressure and no more. As we're about to come up to the hour mark here in this first leg of the semi-final in the A Juniors Bundesliga. The West Division winners against the North-Northeast winners. And it has been a high-quality spectacle so far. Borussia Dortmund just with their noses in front after the early goal from William Campbell. As it looks here as though Kabar has got a little bit of cramp here. Yeah, you can see that just as he was stretching, that's when it strikes. And of course, coming towards the end of the season, these young lads, they've played a lot of football for their age group. Well, Mike Tulberg might be happy enough just to have a little break here in play, just to try and settle his team down. I think that Kabar will be okay to continue. I think it's nothing more than cramp. Well, the camera focusing there on Tim Goller. Has been a pretty busy man in the match. Well, it looks as though we are going to see a change for Borussia Dortmund. Perhaps Rashidi will be coming on for Kabar, just as a precaution, especially with not only the second leg coming up, but also a potential final in the next 2 weeks or so. They won't want to take any unnecessary risks with these boys. Well, I think that Kabar is just being carried off the field here for more extensive treatment. It looks as though his game is done, but that's a shame, as he had performed really well so far. Rashidi on to replace him. And warm applause around the ground here for Kabar. Good performance from him. Can Rashidi replace him seamlessly? Let's have a look. As this is a shooting opportunity for Hertha Berlin. It's rather a long way out there. Shot to nothing, really. And in the end, the ball ends up at the feet of Robin Lizevski in the Dortmund goal. No real danger. Well, I think that Kabar just has that little bit of cramp as he's walking to the bench. It doesn't look as though he's really limping, just a little bit uncomfortable. Should be okay, I would imagine, for the second leg on Monday. Long ball forwards. And well brought down by Campbell. Just around the corner for Brunner. He just managed to keep it in, and then, well, losing possession as Dardai was in his face there. Now Goller taking a risk, coming out of his box and slicing the clearance. At least he got it well clear. Well, there the confirmation, Rashidi coming on for Kabar a couple of minutes ago. Just under half an hour remaining of this first leg now. Borussia Dortmund with the early advantage. This match far closer than the one yesterday between Hoffenheim and Borussia Mönchengladbach. It was to be expected between two old rivals at this championship level. They certainly know each other almost inside out, these two. As the clearance is charged down, and once again, almost finding Brunner. Now on the run, arriving there was Krivsund, but his shot always on the rise there. Not hitting the target, the Ukrainian player. 25 minutes to go. Can Borussia Dortmund hold on to this slight advantage? Can they build on it, or will Hertha Berlin make a comeback? At the moment, the match, and indeed the tie, on a real knife's edge. Knocked up here for Hertha Berlin. Dardai trying to clip it over the top. It's well defended. As Dortmund have been really solid back there, and here they come on the counter-attack. Almost getting through there, Hettermann. Trying to exploit his pace. The ball is played around the corner there now by Undi. And the ball is flying from end to end here. Really open at the moment, as that's not the greatest challenge in the world coming in. Might see yellow cards here for Tyler Meiser. Indeed we do. Well, he had the opportunity to get the ball and took Madser as well there. And it's a dangerous position again for a free kick here for Hertha Berlin. It's Dardai and Strasner across. What's Dardai got up his sleeve here? I would imagine that he will try and take the more out-swinging free kick here. Perhaps Strasner will try and catch out Robin Lizevski with the in-swinger towards goal. Well, there's a big gap there at the near post. Two-man wall. As Strasner takes it towards a fast stick. And it comes towards the edge of the box. It's hit in, it's blocked, and blocked again by Borussia Dortmund. Hit back in again and deflected just over the bar. Well, a flurry of chances there for Hertha Berlin. And in the end, it's a corner for the away side. Well, they were thumping efforts in there, really stretching the Dortmund defence as they were struggling to get it cleared. You can see the camera work also struggling to keep up with the play, as during the replay the corner came in, and it is the equaliser for Hertha Berlin, and it's that man Rulke. He's barely done a thing all game long. A quality delivery into the box from the corner, and Lizevski is beaten. That's 1-1. Well, the ball comes in, he just redirects it. It's a clinical finish. It's obviously one off the training ground there, as Michelbrink fired it head height straight towards Rulke. A cross-come shot. And converted for 1-1. Well, that's a hammer blow, you'd have to say, for Borussia Dortmund, who've been on top in the game. Hertha Berlin, though, doing well to work their way back into it and get the equaliser. Of course, we are only in the first leg here, and away goals do not count over the aggregate scores, so it will not count double. Well, just under quarter of this game to go. And let's see how Dortmund react to that goal going in from Rilke. Or they decide to push forward even more and try and make it 2-1, keep the advantage. And will Hertha Berlin be able to turn the game around, turn it on its head? Well, with 20 minutes to go, anything is still possible in this game. Well, we had that flurry of chances for Hertha Berlin in the build-up to the corner coming in. It was a cleverly worked one from Hertha. And Rilke getting his name on the score sheet once again. Hertha's top scorer. As we see, Lubach there is brought down. Taken quickly out towards Campbell. Lubach. And back here on the way for Lizevski. Little bit disappointing that for Borussia Dortmund that they weren't able to get the ball into the box. Although they might have the chance here. As we see, pace to burn there from Hermann. Trying to play the ball in. It only ends up as a throw-in for him. Good block on the ball from Strasner. Oh, it's Rashidi with the throw-in, taking it short, deciding not just to launch it into the box. And in the end, it's a throw-in for Hertha Berlin again. Just letting the capital club off there. Campbell working back well there. Up against Lum. And that's a fine cross-field ball, but they couldn't quite bring it under control. It was Rashidi who stretched but couldn't keep it in. As it would appear, Dortmund are going to make another change here. It's going to be Mane who's coming on for Kortznets. Mane, who's had a lot of time off with injury this season, making his comeback towards the end of the season. And we'll be hoping it's a glorious end as well. At the moment, though, here, deadlocked at 1-1 between Dortmund and Hertha Berlin. The equaliser coming just a couple of minutes ago, 69th minute from Rilke. Well, the ball being popped around at high speed by both teams with 17 minutes to go. Who can grasp the nettle here and really put the pressure on the other before the second leg on Monday? Of course, the second leg between Borussia Mönchengladbach and Hoffenheim is on Sunday. You can catch that as well live. As well as the second leg on Monday here, and the final, of course, on the 2nd of June. Well, good running there from Lum. The ball played towards the byline, and that will be another free kick for Hertha Berlin. And another yellow card as well coming out. I think it's Benkara who got the yellow cards here for sliding in there. Yeah, it's not a well-timed challenge on Jelani Undi. Perhaps showing a little bit of inexperience at this level. As we've got a quarter of an hour to go as this free kick will be played in. It's Elias Strasner. Paris Brunner being forced back here into defence. One-man wall. And it comes. It's a poor take, though. Well, would have been hoping for much better there, Hertha Berlin, from that dangerous position. Getting it all wrong. Strasner. The chance to play the ball in here from Brunner. It's a high one towards Krivsund. Perhaps if that had been the other way around, it might have been a better ball. There's now a free kick on the halfway line for Borussia Dortmund. Rashidi winning it. As Brunner here has gone down, worrying signs. Bit of cramp it is for him. We've already seen Kabar being forced off due to cramp. Oh, trying to stretch both legs here. Well, at least it gives the other players a bit of chance here to take some fluids on board. Exactly what Danilo Krivsund is doing. He's had a couple of chances in the game to add to the one goal from Borussia Dortmund, which has been levelled by Hertha Berlin. Their number 9, Oliver Rulke, has not had a great impact on the game other than that goal, but what an impact that is, or what it could be in the aggregate scoreline. Well, it looks like Ousmane Diallo is going to come on. Well, another player who is featuring both for the under-17s and under-19s in these championships. Well, Brunner just limping off here. I'd have thought he won't want to come off with 12 minutes to go, but he is being forced to. That is the substitution. The number 9, Paris Brunner, off for Diallo. Well, as I said earlier on, for Kabar, surely it's just a precautionary measure with that cramp, with the second leg coming up quickly on Monday. As there's a chance here, straight from the restart. Angola rushing out there towards the edge of his box to snuff out the danger. I think it was Campbell who was closing in on him. And he gets the congratulations from his teammates there, Tim Goller. It's a clever ball forward. Indeed, it is Campbell closing in, and well, it's brilliantly timed with the challenge. In the end, it's a corner for Borussia Dortmund. William Campbell going across to take this one. Oh, the signal is made there. movement in the box here for the black and yellows, but cleared at the near post and thumped back in, but high and wide. Well, we're going to see a change now for Hertha Berlin with the goal scorer Oliver Rülke coming off. And it will be Karim Belomo coming on to replace him for the final 10 minutes or so. Well, as I said, hasn't had a huge impact on the game, Oliver Rülke, other than that finish, but that's how smart he can be. Really one touch in the box and it was a clinical finish with the header, just redirecting the shot from his captain, Lukas Michelbrink. It was a cross-come shot effort from a corner after a flurry of chances for Hertha Berlin. And that could have huge repercussions in this semi-final. Well, into the final 10 minutes. Are we going to see a winner here in the first leg, or is it all going to be square going into the second leg on Monday? As now Dardaya's gone down, just holding a calf. Is it more cramp here, this time affecting the Hertha Berlin camp? Yes, it is. Graveson just having to help out. Nice to see, but between boys at this level, they're willing to help each other out when they've got cramp. They all know the situation, of course. They've all been through this long, hard season. There's Diallo there just trying to get free down the left-hand side. Good skill, but the ball had already gone out. Lum with the left-footed clearance. Lubach, who's had more of an influence actually in this second half, in that defensive midfield area. The ball out by Tyler Meiser. Well, Dardai is fine to continue, taking the throw in. Finding Madza. And Borussia Dortmund will be happy that he's just had a couple of flashes of what he can do. Hasn't been able to run the game as perhaps he would normally expect to. As a shot comes in here, and it's had to be a smart stop from Lizevski. It was an uncomfortable one. Zipping across the surface. In the end, the defence getting it away. Well, perhaps you'd say now over the course of the game, perhaps 1-1, a fair reflection of what we've seen. Hertha Berlin have certainly played their part in the game. And that was such a smart finish from Rülke for 1-1. They do deserve to be on level terms. As we see Hermann there is brought down on the run. And that will be a yellow card for Lum there. Well, no hesitation from the referee. It's a barnstorming run down the right-hand side again by Charles Hermann. It's had a good impact since he came on. As we see there was Strasner with the low effort, which was turned away by Lizevski. Well, we've got 6 minutes to go in this second half, and I think we're going to have more time added on than in the first half. Only 1 minute there. We've seen a number of players with cramp. comes the high ball here. It's a bit of a tester there for Goller, with a player just behind him threatening, but took it well. And then launching it downfield for the potential quick counter. Just nodded forward by Madsa. And out of play by Bankara. Well, I think that Mike Tulberg will be a little bit frustrated by this, that his team have been pegged back. Here's Bankara with the throw. Pretty good distance on it, flicked on by Crevson. Oh, a couple of tired legs out there. You can see some of these clearances anywhere will do. As this goes back to Goller. One of the biggest goalkeeping talents in German football. Very highly rated at Hertha Berlin, as I said, has featured in the first team in Bundesliga 2. As again, Hermann, like lightning forward. It's a real weapon, especially away from home in the second leg, you would think. Bankara. Diallo. Trying to get away down the left-hand side. In the end, a good wrestling match there with the defender. And it's the Hertha Berlin man who wins the free kick. 4 minutes left on the clock. Can the capital side just keep it tight here for the remainder of the game? That would be a very positive result for them from my point of view. Of course, they did win here at this stage last season, but they'd already lost the first leg at home by 4-0. So that was a moot point, really. But this one being the opener, it's very important to come away with, well, at least somehow in touch with Borussia Dortmund. They've shown that they can hurt the home side as well, even away from home. The goal coming early would have been a real worry for them as well. Campbell scoring on 10 minutes. And there was some loose defending in the first half from Hertha Berlin, but they have recovered in this second as the ball is rolled across, and that's 2-1. Goodness me. 2.5 minutes to go as the ball was rolled across by Madsa, and it's Karim Bellomo, the sub, who just had to slide home into the empty net. Well, they've turned it around, Hertha Berlin, in this first leg. Finally, Madsa has time to look up. He measures the pass to perfection for Bellomo. And he can't miss. He's tracked in there by William Rashidi. But there's nothing that the defender could do about that. Bellomo was ball side. A superb cutback there from Madsa, showing his quality. And with 2 minutes to go as the rain starts to lash down here, Hertha Berlin do have their noses in front. Well, that is incredible. At half-time, Borussia Dortmund seemed in control. They had a chance to make it 2-0 in the first minute of the second half. But Hertha Berlin showing great heart. Oliver Rolke getting the equaliser. And the sub Bellomo making it 2-1. Is that, though, the last goal of this match? We've got 1 minute more of the 90 to go. Surely we'll have 5 minutes, I would have thought, of stoppage time. So still A lot to play for here. And of course the second 90 minutes on Monday as well. That will be a corker if it stays this way. Hertha Berlin really digging in away from home to get a result here. As Campbell goes across for the corner. Well, whether Hertha Berlin deserve to lead or not, he's not really a point at the moment. That's a massive, massive goal for them in this championship. As the corner comes in, it's a dangerous one. Is it going to be the equaliser? There's a scramble, and it does end up in the back of the net. Goodness me, 2-2. Well, in the end, it looks as though it's Hermann who is celebrating. Hertha Berlin are really unhappy with the referee. They think that there was a whistle in there. They think there was a push. Well, there will be an inquisition about this one. But as it stands, it counts. And that is the equaliser. Dortmund getting the goal back almost immediately. Well, it was chaos in there as the ball came in. No one really making it theirs for Hertha Berlin. And finally, it is scrambled home. Well, Dortmund's goals have been scrappy with the final finish. They won't care about that, though. Hertha Berlin unable to clear their lines. I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. Well, they're pointing across towards the referee's assistant. That's in vain, though. Well, what a first leg. 4 goals shared equally. Charles Hermann, well, I said that his pace was a real danger coming into the second leg. But in fact, he's perhaps had the final words here with the equaliser from all of 3 or 4 yards. Didn't need his pace, just needed quick thinking. What a dramatic end to the game. Unbelievable. Belomo, 89th minute, and then just over a minute later, Hermann scoring for 2-2. Well, we're 2 minutes into stoppage time. In all the drama, we missed the announcement for how much we would have. But it's got to be 5 minutes, surely, especially with that goal coming at the start of it. Well, officially 91st minute it was timed for Hermann. As we'll have 6 minutes of time added on. We're just coming up to the midway point of that, 2.5 minutes in. As, well, surely that's the end of the goal scoring for today. We can't get any more dramatic than that. Well, I'm not sure that either side will be particularly happy with this 2-2 when they analyse it. As Hertha Berlin let the lead slip with only minutes to play. Dortmund allowing Hertha Berlin to turn it around before grabbing a leveller. It does mean that we are as we were coming into the game on Monday, the second leg. Far more to play for than in the Hoffenheim-Gladbach game, you would imagine. A little more clear cut there. The ball is flicked on there by Diallo, and that should be a free kick. A really dangerous one here out towards the touchline. Krivson, good running off the ball. And the yellow card there for the defender Pascal Clements. Just shoving into him. Knew exactly what he was doing with time running out here. Tiring legs as well. Well, it's Raphael Lubach who goes across. We saw that Dortmund caused absolute chaos with their last set piece, scoring from the corner. Can they again work Hertha Berlin here? Are we going to see a dramatic fifth goal with time really running out in added time? Lubach strikes the ball in. It's headed back across and, well, just wide of the near post in the end. Has Hertha Berlin going for a late winner here, incredibly. You would have thought the goalkeeper there, Goller, would have just held on to that. Instead, he was looking to release Madsen down the left-hand side. But as the ball goes dead there, we are going to see a change coming in. And it's going to be Bensa Dardai going off for Selim Tilib. I think just to run down the final few seconds here, it looks as though the Hertha coach, Oliver Rice, is fairly happy with a draw away from home in the first leg. They know exactly what they've got to do in the home leg now on Monday. What a finale it's been here, with Hertha Berlin seemingly snatching the win in the 89th minute, but Borussia Dortmund, they just don't know when they're beaten. And the sub Hermann coming up with a late leveller for 2-2. We've seen really big impacts off the subs bench, with Karim Belomo grabbing that second goal for Hertha Berlin. Adding to the goal from Oliver Rilke, that was the equaliser. It all got off to an early start with William Campbell scoring after 10 minutes for Dortmund. There's nothing in that challenge at all. The referee immediately signalling play on. Well, the rain has just started to absolutely lash down now. I think if it had been like this earlier in the game, we may not have seen out the full 90 minutes. As there's a little stumble there, and Diallo is away. Can they get a shot away? Here is Campbell, and it's just over the bar. Well, it looked as though Campbell was going to find the target there with the final action of the game. 97 minutes played, and that is full time. A wonderful finish to the match as it ends 2-2. Campbell scoring first on 10 minutes. Rilke with the equaliser for Hertha Berlin midway through the second half. Belomo seemingly winning it, but Hermann having the final say, making it 2-2. And we go into the second leg of this semi-final in the under-19s. All square, all to play for on Monday. Of course, you can join us for that game. Let's hope it's just as spectacular as this evening's. As the rain lashes down, I will leave you with the highlights. Thanks very much for joining us, and goodbye for now.